We've just been transported to Bear Island, and unfortunately for us, these bears only eat fresh human flesh, which has been in short supply. To make matters even worse, they could be hiding behind anything. Luckily, some bear defense tools came with us, but we can only choose one. Bear spray? That leaves a very tough choice. 12 gauge or 4570, and even more specifically, plus P4570 hardcast or Brennecke bear slugs. Wait, what? How did we end up in a forest filled with 6-inch pressure-treated pine trees? Pressure-treated pine trees? This is Bear Island. Does it have to make sense? Anyway, which one of these cartridges is going to be best at getting through the 6-inch pressure-treated pine trees to the bears? Oh, better hope we only need one shot, because that is not pleasant on the old shoulder at all. Anyway, first one came in right on the money. Second one came in a little low, but it's still in line with the circle, so I'm not complaining. Let's check out the back. Holy shite balls, those left massive holes. I thought they were just going to leave pinholes being hard cast. That is freaking crazy. I don't know what's going on there. Let's check out our bear, though. Oh my gosh, right in the jugular. Right in the freaking jugular, and that is a massive dent. The other one, surprisingly, did not leave a very big dent at all. But I mean, look at the damage that they did to our 6-inch pressure-treated pine tree. I am not complaining about those results. But how about them bear slugs? And technically, I don't think this load is hard cast, but it has a picture of a bear's face on the box, so I'm assuming it's pretty freaking hard. The lead, that is, not the bear. Anyway, what is this? Magnum. 3,545 foot-pounds. 603 grains. Oh my gosh, my shoulder is done after this video. Almost forgot to say, huge thanks to OpticsPlanet for hooking me up with several of the items used in this video. Don't forget the banana save 7%, and it really helps out the channel. Holy shit, that was eventful. My God. I mean, does it even matter if they went through? The whole freaking tree fell on the bear. And speaking of trees falling over, the bears must have known that I was coming today, because guess what was blocking off my only access back here? A fresh 10-inch pressure-treated pine tree. No, just kidding. It wasn't pressure-treated. But the only thing I had on me to get rid of it was a DeWalt reciprocating saw with a 12-inch blade. Talk about a freaking fun time. Overheats. Overheats. But with enough blood, sweat, and tears, I made it. Barely. Anyway, where did we hit? Oh, I saw that one, but this was right on the money. Talk about not flinching and all, and I actually just saw this slug down here, so I don't think that's a good sign for getting to the bear. This might have been the one that flattened out right on the freaking steel, but let's check it out and see. Yeah, I think they both went through, but I only see one mark on the... I don't see any other marks. I guess that was this one. My gosh, it flattened out. But I mean, compared to this massive dent, it barely did anything. As impressed as I am that the 12 gauge knocked over the tree, we still have to give that round to the 4570. I mean, there's no comparison. But given that this is Bear Island, you know what we're surrounded by? Water, which ultimately means sand. Usually this wouldn't be an issue, but unfortunately these bears have figured out how to bury themselves underneath 6 inches deep of sand to become virtually invisible. The missus is always telling me 6 inches isn't quite deep enough, but contrary to what she thinks, 6 inches is deep enough to stop most bullets. But will it be enough to stop these hot-rodded, wide, heavy boys from getting to the bears? Oh, what just happened? I have never seen that much energy transferred on the box before. I mean, maybe one other time, but I don't know if that means the chances of it going through are good, but my gosh, centered right on the money. Pretty much. Let's turn it around. Flip it around, actually. Oh, come on. Come on. There is absolutely nothing on the back. Let us see what a Magnum bear slug does, though. Whew, a little bit of sand came out there. I'm honestly not sure what to expect. Wow, that was a lot of energy transfer too, but we still got to give it to the 4570. Oh shit, I didn't realize that we were losing all of our sand here. Oh my gosh, the sandbox is going to be empty before we know it. I better plug that hole. Oh yes. Anyway, it was already turned around for us. Holy shit. shit, that is a lot of sand missing. It was already turned around for us, and there was absolutely nothing on the back. You know, I mean, I guess kind of what we expected with a much wider hole. My gosh, look at that difference. Here's what that bullet looked like, just in case you're curious. It lost quite a bit of its weight, and it freaking mushroomed out. No getting through with that mushrooming effect, but somehow the wad is stuck to it still. I guess that means the beach bears are safe, but if we're being completely honest, unless we get lost in the pressure-treated pine tree forest, we're not dumb enough to head to the beach. We're headed for town, which brings a whole new set of materials that the bears could be hiding behind. Man-made materials like steel and concrete walls, which just so happen to be 1.57 inches thick. The concrete, that is, not the steel. Can you imagine? My gosh. But anyway, can either of these cartridges get through 1.57 inch thick walls to the bears? Holy shit. I don't even know what just happened. 1 second the concrete was there, 1 second it's not. I mean, there's so many small pieces, I can't even see the freaking block at all anymore. My gosh, that was impressive. Was it as impressive front seat, Terry? Good, I'm glad you had some input in this video anyway. Oh shit. Oh shit. I mean, good. We split the bear's face in half. Good, yes. I really didn't want to have to draw another one of these, but it is what it is. We had some freaking awesome results. As you can see, half of his face is missing. I wonder if this is it down here. Yep, definitely the other half of the face. I'm sorry about your face, bear. But it went straight as straight can go through this freaking board. No bears are safe behind 1.57 inches with the 4570. Sorry, you're gonna have to bear with me for a second. Sorry, I didn't mean that as a pun, bear. Anyway, here we go. Close enough, especially if it's just gonna get destroyed again. What a shattering effect again, my gosh. But as we can see, the bear is mostly unscathed. Oh my god. I guess that's where the slug hit him, right underneath the eyeball. Definitely did not go through, but I guess it got to him. Or I guess it could also be a female bear. No question on that round. Even so, the 12 gauge did a great job of at least removing their coverage. The ones we really need to watch out for, though, are the bears hiding behind mild steel. Not only does it hold together better than concrete, we don't necessarily have the best tools for the job with these wide, slow, heavy boys. Still, maybe we'll get lucky with some of the bears hiding behind 3/16 inch mild steel walls. Maybe. Not used to this much paint coming out. Oh man, I hope that looks cool sped up, but anyway, I think we are good to go. Well, this wide, slow, heavy boy did not seem to have any issues with 3/16 of an inch. As you can see by that freaking clean hole, let me get my pinky in that hole. Oh, I just slid right in there. No lube required. Anyway, that is freaking impressive, especially for a 4570, you know, with its velocities and everything. But the thing is, we got a much wider boy coming through next time. So I think I need to flip this bad boy so that I got a little bit more room for it. Actually, you know what? I think I'm just going to keep it where it's at. Here's to hoping I don't stack it on that last shot. Not gonna lie, I was pretty worried about that shot placement. In walking up, I think I found the culprit right here. Oh, that is pretty freaking warm. That is definitely the culprit. Let's see how it fits in the dent that it left right here. Like a glove? Well, actually, I don't know if that's the orientation. Like a freaking glove. That is the orientation. My gosh, that left a massive dent. Let me touch it with my pinky first. Oh, that is a thumb crater. Oh, yes, babe. I mean, the bears are definitely safe with the 12 gauge behind 3/16 of an inch, but check out that freaking mound. That's bigger than the crater that the 4570 left after going through. And I think my finger's about to be covered in white paint. Yeah, well, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I really can't say I'm a fan of that new paint, but I can say that I'm a fan of my chances of bears hiding behind 3/16 of an inch of mild steel with the 4570. But what about the bears that aren't hiding behind anything? You know, the ones charging right at us? We already know who wins the penetration game, but when it comes to cavitation, will this 4570 plus P hardcast do anything to this ballistic ballistic gel? Before finding out though, let's talk about momentum and power factors for a second, because although these cartridges have nearly identical muzzle energies, at least what's on the boxes, I found out that they're not doing anywhere close to what the box numbers are. But anyway, we're talking about 603 grains compared to 430. So assuming they were doing the numbers on the boxes again, they definitely were not. The 12 gauge would be favored by over 100 power factor points, and it would be putting out almost 20% more momentum, at least at the muzzle. Anything past the muzzle though, in these soup can-like ballistics of a 12 gauge slug really start to shine.
Oh, how bad could it be?
Well, according to the box here, it loses over 900 foot-pounds by the time it hits 25 yards. Completely subsonic by 75. You know what, let's just see how hard each one of them smacks this AR-550 mini ADAP sent over by TA targets, and then we'll move on to ballistic gel. Keep in mind I'm at 25 yards. They recommend a minimum distance of 100 yards for both these cartridges, so don't do what I'm about to do. So the 4570 hit slightly harder, but there really wasn't that big of a difference. But let us see what actually happened to the steel. Keep in mind, this is the first time I've ever shot AR-550 on this channel, or I guess at all, but anyway, let's see what, oh my gosh, absolutely nothing with the slug, and then there's a very, very, very minor impression with the 4570. My gosh, in case you don't know, these cartridges will eat into AR-500 at these ranges, at least the AR-500 targets that I'm using. Don't ask me how I know. That is super freaking impressive. And now the moment we've all been waiting to see, ballistic gel. I mean, ballistic bear representation. I don't know. Gosh damn it, I did not see that coming. My gosh damn. Always has to be something with these damn blocks. Look at that freaking wound channel. I did not expect that at all with a freaking hard cast. My gosh, let me check out that pinky hole. Oh, okay, well that kind of makes up for it falling on the ground right there. But I thought that hard cast bullets kind of just went straight through. Not this one, apparently. It left a massive wound channel the whole way through the block, goes into the second block, carries on with a pretty decent wound channel. Looks like it even fragments a little right there too, and then it left the gas check right there. And I actually put a piece of wood, the used one from before, back here just in case this happened. There is where the bullet hit. Actually, it kind of looks like it hit sideways, and it doesn't look like it penetrated very deep. Let's see if the bullet's on the ground. Actually, we do not need to look on the ground. The bullet is lying right here. My gosh, that mushroomed out pretty freaking good for a hard cast, especially. Has me wondering if this is really hard cast Underwood, but who knows? That is awesome. You know, besides what it did to my ballistic gel block. Let me get this cleaned up real quick. That's as good as it's gonna get. I guess it could be worse. Let's just get this slug over with. Here's to hoping, but I'm not hopeful. Oh, I told you. Oh my gosh, it could not have landed in a worse spot. Oh, do you see what I'm talking about here? Oh, well, at least that bounced most of it off anyway. A little, actually quite a bit closer to the 4570 hole than I would have liked. And tell me what you think that hole looks like. Anyway, let me get my pinky in there. Ooh, that's really not that much better than the 4570, surprisingly. See how well they're separated. Oh, well, actually, they're a little bit more separated than I thought. And the wound channels look almost identical. I mean, seriously, almost identical. They keep going. Well, actually, the 12 gauge keeps going. Kind of tapers off compared to the 4570. As you could see, it keeps going, Thought this was a bear slug. Okay, well, whatever. Let me grab my tape measure. Okay, so we already know it went through the first block. It landed right at about the 25.5-inch mark, which, you know, is pretty freaking impressive, but I have seen hollow point slugs penetrate that deep. And they don't weigh 603 grains either. I mean, it looks like it pulled itself back quite a bit, but even looking at the wound channels down here, the 4570 still has it beat. I mean, that is crazy. Is there any arguing at this point? I mean, I don't think so. I think the 4570 is just the all-around way to go, at least on Bear Island, that is. But if you want to see more testing videos like these, make sure to click here, and remember, don't let ballistics drive you bananas.